A person becoming more dominant in a relationship is often pushed to that point by their partner. No one is naturally dominant, but if you find yourself in an environment where there's no one to rely on, experiencing disappointment and repeated moments of solitary breakdowns, you may realize that you can only depend on yourself. In order to protect yourself from getting hurt, you have to become stronger. So, if in a relationship you transition from being originally mild-mannered to increasingly assertive, easily angered, and accustomed to controlling everything, it's likely that your partner is missing from this relationship. Generally, there are 3 situations. First, neglect and lack of communication trigger your desire for control. In intimate relationships, we seek a sense of secure holding similar to a mother's embrace. If your partner consistently ignores you and fails to respond to your emotions directly, you won't be able to gain that sense of holding in the relationship. Due to unmet expectations, you start aggressively trying to hold on to your partner, as if grasping everything related to them can prove that you are loved in the relationship. This is why you gradually develop a strong desire for control, as the root of control is fear of the unknown, and your fear in the relationship stems from not feeling the security your partner should provide. The second situation is your partner's avoidance and irresponsibility, forcing you to shoulder the responsibilities of the household. In a healthy intimate relationship, both parties must share responsibilities and be accountable to each other. When one party fails to fulfill their responsibilities, the other must make extra efforts. For example, as mentioned earlier, a man lacking strength lacks a sense of responsibility. In a family, if the husband is irresponsible, meaning lacking male strength, the wife may feel compelled to play the role of the missing strength to maintain balance in the household. Essentially, if the man in the family is not strong, and the wife is not strong either, who will support the family? The wife has to play 2 roles, bearing a double burden. Over time, she feels exhausted. Even for someone with stable emotions, facing the helplessness of long-term one-sided efforts can be enough to cause a breakdown. Thus, she resorts to blaming her husband continually, demanding that he comply with her wishes forcefully to alleviate her own sense of helplessness. To outsiders, all they see is the wife's assertiveness, without realizing the husband's weakness and irresponsibility at home. The last situation is your partner triggering the repetition of childhood trauma. Many individuals who appear strong on the surface are actually expressing the inner child with potential, a child with weak strength, putting on a show of strength. The inner child represents one's childhood self on a psychological level. If you were ignored and criticized by parents, gradually accepting their accusations and belittlement in a high-pressure environment, you might internalize these negative perceptions deep within. In an intimate relationship, if you feel a recurrence of childhood trauma, it awakens the inner child with negative perceptions. This inner child may remind you that, like your parents, your partner doesn't care about you and will hurt you. As a result, you display a strong and even confrontational behavior to protect yourself. Individuals with a weak inner child are highly prone to developing a psychologically sensitive personality and often seek a partner who can meet their expectations. Sometimes, it's not that your partner is truly neglecting you. Rather, your expectations are too high, and they cannot meet them. This automatically brings back memories of your unsatisfied childhood. If you become more dominant in a relationship, you need to examine the reasons behind it, whether it's due to high expectations or an intense need. If so, you must learn to lower your expectations and shift the focus inward, paying more attention to your inner self and continuously strengthening the desired qualities. However, if your partner consistently avoids issues, refuses to communicate, and is irresponsible, as mentioned earlier, it's crucial to find a responsible partner. In such a case, you might need to consider whether to find someone willing to share responsibilities with you. A partner who listens, accepts your emotions, and takes responsibility for the relationship can heal your past traumas and fill the gaps. Under such nurturing, you will gradually become soft yet powerful. This kind of strength is not dominance but inner richness and strength.